And now, Minion Works presents Freelance Heroism.
Hey freelancers, and welcome back to Freelance Heroism. I'm Deese.
And I'm Rachel.
We're a D&D 5e actual play podcast. Our current campaign is The Curse of Strahd, a gothic horror-inspired setting in the dangerous and fog-shrouded land of Ravenloft.
While the setting is serious, our heroes are not. Will they actually be able to defeat the vampire lord Strahd and restore peace to Ravenloft? Or will they just steal goats and invoice villagers? Join us and find out. On this episode, Goodness Gracious Greaseballs of Fire.
Did you make that one?
No, you made that one.
Oh.
I left it in the episode, so you get to hear about how you made it.
Sorry.
I should have taken credit for it.
Like I'm not going to hear it in the episode. Last episode, the party entered the Amber Temple through a concealed side entrance. Inside, they found a group of savages and their sleeping guard wolf. The professional disguised himself as Heathcliff, the tribesman with hands down the worst name ever, and convinced the leader to kill the real one.
Chunicote woke the sleeping wolf and communicated that its pack was in trouble and was somehow surprised when it attacked him. Adri joined the fight and shredded the room thanks to Spiritual Guardians, one of the best cleric spells, period. It's true. After the fight, the professional discovered a secret door that had been sealed for decades.
Had all kinds of
How'd you take that out now?
Why?
Because you don't find that out last episode. You find that out in this episode.
Oh, I don't know.
You just
Okay, well, you can
spoiled
flip
it.
that. Well, we'll talk some more, and you can... There's nothing that's going to stop me from making art for the rest of my life. Like, if you were in a pinch, right? Like, if you were a kidnapped victim trapped in, like, some basement dungeon or whatever, and, like, you had no means of escape, you were, like, chained by your ankle or something, I would just choose what food I was given in order to pigmentize my shit so that I could, like, you know what I mean?
Oh my God.
Like, if he gave me a lot of fruits and vegetables, I would pick one of a particular color, like a bunch of greens, so I can get that kind of smooth watercolor vibe. If I needed, like, something darker, like if I was doing trees, obviously you start with the root structure and the trunk, so I would need to heavy proteins. You know what I mean?
Okay. That's good.
If I get kidnapped, I'm going to change my shit color in order to paint on the walls.
You've obviously given this a lot of thought.
Purples and stuff, you might have to mix some blood in there.
Ugh.
I get it's a necessary evil, man. We bleed for art. That's what it is.
Oh, okay.
You know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, I probably could just paint with the food, huh?
You could. Yeah.
I probably wouldn't have, but then I would die. Yeah, I would probably need to eat it.
Mm,
Yeah.
that's really gross.
And that's why people come to freelance heroism.
Great. I can't wait to edit this.
We pick up where you guys are still in the room, bodies on the floor. You see 6 beds, each one to match a body except for the dire wolf that's dead. These berserkers, these barbarians, tribesmen only had the weapons on them plus their hides. You know, they weren't rich, they weren't nothing. They were just a hunting group that was using the temple for shelter, and they saw a fissure and figured it'd be safer than the front gate.
And the wolf wasn't restrained.
And
Correct.
the wolf wasn't restrained. The wolf was actually a servant of Strahd.
That leads us to believe that they were too in some capacity.
That would be my belief.
Now, the room you guys are in is a rectangular sort with a circular end near the fissure. It's 25 feet wide. 25 feet long, and then 15 feet wide. On the northern wall, on the western part of it, you see a door that leads off, and then on the western wall, on the southern side of it, you see another door that leads off. And then as you guys are approaching the doors and dealing with the doors, Kivir finds a secret door in the wall and is able to outline it with his finger in the dust. And we pick up
Where is
the door's on
where's
the
the secret door?
south side. It's on the south wall.
on the south wall? Is that where the fissure is as well?
Yes, the fissure is on the very western side of the wall, and the
Mhm.
door is actually on the eastern wall, and the door is on the south.
Okay, the fissure's on the south.
Yeah, and so is
Alright.
the secret door. When you guys pass down this hallway of like 15 feet down this path, You guys went through the mountain, so you could probably guess from the front opening of the temple to this room, there is solid rock of 15 feet. So this secret door you found goes right into that rock.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
And it is in the direction towards the keep, right?
actually leaving the temple.
Leaving.
Going north would go deeper into the keep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Here.
I said we open the door anyway.
Yeah, I'm definitely for checking out the secret door because it's too easy for stuff to sneak up behind you that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, worst case scenario, it's a good egress path if we find a way into
Yeah.
somewhere else.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, and depending on who else knows about it,
Which looks like nobody, apparently.
because
the door hasn't been
as old a
opened.
structure as it is.
You can tell the door hasn't been open in years.
Okay. I'm going to take one of my blackjacks, kind of stick it into the wall,
All right.
and then like, Adri.
Yeah.
Can you loosen this jar lid for me?
Okay. I need to make a strength check.
Yep.
Okay.
I love how we said it. Oh my God.
22.
Yeah, you see her pop it and just dust, just almost just like kind of. The room has been open in years, and with the heat and the cold going back and forth, the room kind of had a slight pressure to it as it pops open. You just get blasted with this just stale, just nasty smelling, just stale air from the room that has been opened in could be decades.
I draw my bow.
All right.
David. He draws his bow.
Just making sure everyone knows. I don't want to
Okay.
wolf out, get everyone nervous.
As the door opens, you guys look in the room. You don't see anyone in the room. Dust all over the floor, kind of stirred up from the pop of the pressure of the door. You do see carved shelves into the wall where you guys see scrolls sitting there.
Oh,
What's the dimensions of the room? I'm looking from the door. I haven't gone in.
The room is 10 feet wide, 5 feet deep.
All right.
So it's 10 feet long and then 5 feet
Yeah.
deep.
All right.
I'm taking all the scrolls.
As you reach for them, they crumble to dust in your hands.
Okay. The first one crumbled?
Yes.
Okay. Well, then I'm going to wait a second. I need to figure out a way to keep these solid.
I cast mending.
Will that work?
It should.
Let me check mending right now quickly, and we'll find out.
It's not going to work on the one that's dust, but if I cast it on the ones that's damaged, I may have to cast it multiple
Mending
times. But
repairs a single break or tear in an object, such as a broken chain link, 2 halves of a broken key, a torn cloak.
Well, we can
It's
cast
not
it
that-
4,000 times.
It's not that they're
Well-
damaged. It's the fact that they're so old they're crumbling to dust.
yeah,
Okay.
it's your call. But I'll cast it if it'll help.
Let me think.
But
I wonder if I could grease it so that it wouldn't be so brittle. It'd be like liquid, and I could like roll it out onto the floor. Probably not. That
No.
sounds weird.
The weight of the grease could actually make it crumble as well.
What if I put my head to the side so I could see inside like the hole of the scroll? Is there
You would be able to maybe read like a line, but it's the way it's rolled up. They're rolled up.
That's fair. I'll just read the line one at a time to see if anything could lead me to believe what these are about.
Okay.
Are they correspondence? Are they scrolls of magic? Are they histories?
These are actually, from what you can pick up, they're magic scrolls.
Damn it, that's the best answer and the worst circumstance.
Where the position of these are, one could possibly say they were here in case the temple came under attack to defend the temple.
Okay. Is there anything else in this?
No, just the scrolls dying
cache?
slowly. Yeah, just a secret scroll room.
Damn it. Okay. Well, then I suggested we put the door back on, and I'll
All right.
spread some dust around to keep it unseen.
I'll pick it back up off the floor.
Yeah, do it.
breaking it.
I can press the digitation to redust it.
Okay.
That's
Well,
fine.
I'll come back here later with a bunch of hired historians to take proper care of these.
So you guys seal back up the room and make it look like it's never been opened again. All right?
Yeah.
You guys have the two doors, eastern and the northern.
The northern one heads towards.
Don't know. You guys don't
You
have
said
much
eastern
layout.
or western?
Eastern or northern?
I think we
Well-
should go east and kind of.
East
Yeah,
would be
do
towards
like
the main opening, where you guys would see the main opening.
Yeah.
Would be eastern, and then northern would be deeper into the temple.
Yeah, because if there's some kind of like guard in the main entrance, we're going to come sideways on them and get the drop on them. Whereas if we go deeper and something finds us, then they can run up and reinforce. And then it's harder for us to get the fuck out. So I think strategically we should go to the east.
I don't know that I agree, but I'm willing to go with it because my counterpoint isn't strong enough. Okay. What do you think,
Ducky?
Actually, you guys actually do end up hearing a elven song coming from the eastern door again.
I guess I know what Ducky says.
I want to go.
Yeah,
there.
well,
It's just a bunch of curse words.
The door. There's no. There's
Fuck,
as you guys.
shit, balls, ass, shit, fuck, damn, shits.
So you guys going east.
Grundle.
Yeah.
All right. You guys open up the. How do you guys open the door? I'm not gonna.
I'm in the
tell you
back.
guys.
I'm in the front.
Of course you are. Of course you are.
I can at least search the door, see if there's anything funky with it.
You don't find anything funky with it. It's just a normal.
Oh, okay, I didn't know if you wanted to roll for that or
It's
not. but-
George Clinton's door. It's super funky.
Super funky.
So
That's the
I
funkadelic.
try to open the door.
it opens easily. As you open it,
George Clinton.
you see ahead of you a long kind of balcony. It's 10 feet wide, or 10 feet, 10 feet wide, and it goes about 90 feet long. You see a few rooms on the southern side of it, including a hallway, which you could presume would lead you outside the front gate. And to your right, to the north, you see a set of stairs right next to you. And on the other side of the balcony, you see another set of stairs that lead down into the temple below.
Which direction do I hear the music?
You hear from down below.
From our vantage point, can we see anything from that balcony?
A 20-foot wide balcony of black marble with a shattering railing overlooks the vast temple. Black marble staircases at each end of the balcony descends 30 feet to the temple floor. The vaulted ceiling is 30 feet above the balcony. So we're talking the ceiling's about 60 feet from the top to the very bottom, and the balcony's in the middle. The walls and the ceilings are covered in amber glaze, lending the gloom of a golden sheen. A set of amber doors stand closed at the west end of the balcony, and a similar pair is what you just walked through. As you guys look on through the room, you see arrow slits in the two sides of the walls that lead across where the balcony overlooks. You see arrow slits along the sides where archers could be hiding. As well as, if you look down below, 4 black marble columns support the vaulted ceiling of the temple, and at the north end, a statue which stands 40 feet tall of a cowled figure in flowing robes. The statue's stone hands are reached out as if in the midst of casting a spell. Its face is void of utter blackness. The ominous statue stands between the 2 black marble balconies, one which is partially collapsed and fallen onto the temple's black marble floor in front of the doorway. The walls of the temple are sheathed in the amber, and the doors leading from it are made of amber as well. The arched hallways coated with amber lead away from the temple to the east and the west, flanking these exits and alcoves that hold the white marble statues of robed human wizards with pointed hats and golden staffs. One of them is toppled over and lies shattered on the floor down below.
The gesture of the hands on the statue, can I dictate what spell that might be casting?
Give me an arcana.
I got a 23 on it.
It seems to be some kind of summoning spell.
Yeah, 18. Yeah. So we know that it's some sort of summoning.
Mm-hmm.
Black robes tends to lead us to believe a particular type of summoning. How's that voice treating you?
But it does look odd. The face of it's just covered in complete darkness.
Like it's not just like a recessed part of the statue. It's
No, it's actual darkness.
like a phantasmal darkness.
Like a spell.
Yeah. What about these arrow holes?
You can't see in them, but you can definitely tell they're there.
Right. I'm assuming this is an old temple, probably disheveled, covered in dust, cobwebs.
In different places, yes. But this room seems like it's been kept clean.
Hmm.
I'm going to cast a silent image.
Okay.
I'm going to make it look like Ragnik. Big, green, obvious. And I'm going to make it walk down one of the staircases in clear sight of the arrow holes.
Nothing seems to happen as of right now.
I guess I'm going to keep it walking.
All right.
He's going to kind of wave his hands around like he's talking, but not making any noise. Oh, wait, I can make noise. Yeah, I know what Ragnik sounds like. Da, da, fuck goat, da, yeah, niet, also da. Mr. Professional, blah, blah, blah. As he's walking.
It seems like nothing's triggering anything.
Maybe it's pressure plates. Something heavy. What about the floor?
The floor seems black marble. Perfectly beautiful.
Is it one solid slab or are they segmented chunks like bricks?
Oh, segmented chunks.
Of course they are. Fuck. Hey, Ducky.
Yeah.
Lead on. Here, hold this rope and don't let go of it. My perception is that you said this room is super clean, so there isn't any cobwebs or anything obfuscating the holes in the wall where the arrows might come through.
No.
They cover.
This room's pretty clean.
Do they cover the entirety of the walls, like stacked up on each other?
The arrow slits?
Yeah.
No, there's only 3 of them, and they're on the upper level. So if you guys would have taken that northern passage, you would have entered the room where the arrow slits seem to be.
Okay. I guess we could go back, check to make sure there's no one up there preparing to fire at us. You'd think if they heard us, though, because we were combating inside the room with the door, that they would have reacted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only thing you guys do pick up is just the song down there.
Is it still, like, nothing's interrupted it? Like, it hasn't paused or anything, even though we've been making noise?
No.
Hold on, let me look up a spell. David, I have a question.
Lay it on me.
If I were to cast Sending to Ludo,
Yes.
which Ludo would it send it to?
Uh-oh.
Oh, that's actually a
Good
very
question.
good.
Would it
Good
send it to
question.
both of them at the same time?
What's your range on sending?
There's no range on it.
Yeah, it would.
Okay. All right. Then I would like to cast Sending to Ludo.
All right.
And
Ludo.
and I say, tell me where you are and what you're doing right now.
This is like the first text message.
I guess.
Hey, boy, where you at?
You get a reply for one.
Okay.
Hunting my other self. What are you doing?
I asked where he was as well.
Oh. Okay. No, the first one replies he's hunting his other self. What are you doing? I'm in Veliki. And the other one replies, playing a song in the Veliki Square.
Can I? Okay.
Okay, so the mirror one told you he's hunting the other one,
Yeah.
and he's in Veliki. And then the other one answers he's in Veliki Square playing
Okay.
a song.
So he's lying.
Not necessarily.
Can I do insight to see if he's lying?
You can.
Based on what? You can't see him.
Yeah, there's no real characteristics to pick off of it.
His tone of voice.
Tonality would allow. You'd get something from the tonality. I would probably put a penalty on him, maybe disadvantage, but I would say there's still a chance because your tonality is still giving away more than your words do.
He is a performer though, and a spy master. If he wanted to lie, it might be hard to pick up.
Like
Well, he'd be opposed by his bluff or his deception. Pardon me.
And Ducky is insightful.
So it would be, but it would be her insight, and I would, this is how I would judge it. Okay, so yeah, this is not gospel. This is what I would
breakdown. The breakdown with Jake.
Okay,
the Jake down.
This is how I'd do it. Okay, because if you're looking at communication, you have three parts of communication. You have the actual words, which make up about 7%. You have the tonality, which makes up about 30%. And everything else is body language. You learn more from body language than anything.
Rachel,
but I would say there's still a chance because the tonality's there for
So
it.
you want insight, David?
Yes, please.
32.
Fuck you, David.
As far as you can tell, they're both in Veliki.
What?
As far as you can tell.
Are you going to pass this information along?
Yeah, I will.
Okay. And the fact that you don't think he's lying?
Yeah.
Damn.
Okay. Fucking my suggestion or my thought is that since one of them thinks he's in Veliki, correct? The other one thinks he's hunting the other one in Veliki. One thinks he's singing a song. We can hear the song. Our inference is then that both of them are here. One is hunting the other one, and maybe they think that they're in Veliki. Right? But don't shake your head at me.
Why would they think they're both in Veliki?
Well, they could have been trapped. They could have been caught by someone. They could have an illusory landscape around them to keep them hidden. They might be trapped. Maybe they're asleep, and the one is singing in his sleep.
They can't sleep.
Hmm?
They're elves.
No, but I'm just pitching like the idea, like not necessarily that he's asleep, but maybe he's like in a magical suspension. His brain thinks he's somewhere else. His perception's been altered.
Okay.
The song that's being sung, does it sound like it's being sung by Ludo?
Is there actual singing, or is it just someone playing?
Someone playing.
Or we had determined that sounded familiar before.
Mm-hmm.
Since we've been hearing it for a minute, is there any way to determine whether or not it's his style of play? It's a song he knows, clearly.
No, it's definitely an Elven. It's definitely old Elven.
The method of playing, like some people can hear a person play a violin and know that that's Vivaldi. Do you know what I mean? Based on the composition. But then they can also tell this is the guy playing it based on
style of playing. Like this is Yo-Yo Ma playing cello. This is Bill Watrous on trombone.
I would say that'd be a wisdom check to know.
Okay.
To know it.
What kind of just a straight wisdom, not a?
I don't know. I almost think that's either perception or insight, depending on how you want to look at the music.
I think it's medicine because he's killing that instrument.
Well, that's one way of looking at it. Yes.
I can make any stat work for anything through pun.
Well, yeah, you could. Theoretically.
Can I insight it?
Yeah.
Okay. I got a nat 20, so that's a 33.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, girl.
As long as you've known Ludo by now, you notice he has a certain way he likes to pick during his play. When he plays the fiddle, he doesn't always go with the string. He likes to pick in the middle of the songs.
Okay.
It's
pizzicato versus bow.
It's not something you would have known where he picked it up, but it's definitely a flavor that he does. You would have noticed this listening to his song. This song doesn't have the picking in it that Ludo would normally use.
Okay.
It is an old Elven song. It is out of his playlist. But there's no place where he stops and picks it, like, without going into his backstory, his unknown backstory partially, but you expect a more noble, more court bard not to pick, to keep it straight. This would be more something he picked up in a tavern or something.
Okay.
You forward this information?
Yeah, of course.
More of a lowbrow performance.
So then,
something he forced to flavor into himself.
then we can
Yeah,
then
go for it.
assume that this isn't him playing. Which
Yeah.
then leads us to believe that somebody who knows this
Ludo
song, knows
knows
that
you
its
guys are
effect
rolling.
Yep.
would then use it as a lure.
Hmm.
Someone who maybe wasn't as observant enough to replicate that effect. Maybe they don't
Or
know
who
him
didn't
well
have
enough.
the time.
Right,
Or who didn't observe long enough.
right.
Or just might be slightly going mad.
Well, that's a hint. You mother- Okay, so now I know what's happening, but I can't say what's happening. But actually, to be honest with you, this is what I thought was happening before in the last game when I had,
When you first heard it?
yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I've been plotting that trap for a while.
Yay.
All right. So, which way do we want to go then?
As of right now, you guys are at the balcony in the front
Mhm.
on the southern side. Pretty much in the corner.
On the arrow slits, do they have a better viewing angle? Are they on the other side?
You guys are on the balcony here. The walls right here is where the arrow slits are. And there's 3 in each wall.
Right. So from where we're standing, there's a wall blocking the view on the left and right side. If we went to where the arrow slits were, would we be able to get a downward look to what's underneath that wall?
No, because the wall goes straight down. The arrow slips are on the second story where you guys are at with the balcony.
Oh, okay. So there's no open area at the bottom.
No,
Okay.
it's just a straight wall that goes down. Actually, no, down below there are 2 paths. You guys can actually see from where you're at. Right below the arrow slits, there's a 10-foot wide hallway that goes out east.
Okay.
And you could assume safely on the western side down below, there's a 10-foot hall that goes the other way as well.
Well, I hate to be the one that says that we're done with research because we're not getting too much more. I think maybe we should just go and
Yeah.
see what we see.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm good with that.
Okay.
Now, if you guys find a safe enough place where you guys think you guys can bunker down for an hour, you guys can. This is one of those temples and dungeons that is that long.
Okay.
So,
To
do you
where
mean
if you
to
got- if you
take
guys
a
start
short
running low-
rest?
Yeah, if you guys start running low on spells or something and you guys need to bunker down and do watches and shit.
Okay.
Well, we've got that secret room.
Yeah.
I would say that would be a really good place to fall back. I mean, it's small, it's a little cramped, but it would suit for resting, and we could all rest pretty safely because no one's going to see that door. No one knew it was there.
Right. Until we put the door back up behind us, we can't
Well,
read
that's
us.
what prestidigitation's for. The
Yeah.
range is far enough, and I don't have to have line of sight for it or anything.
Well, let's take an hour then.
All right.
Okay.
And while we're taking that hour, let's keep listening to that song and see if it keeps playing, looping around,
Yeah.
or if it seems like a person who needs to take a break periodically.
Now, do you guys stay there on the balcony or do you slip back to the room you guys were in?
The hidden room with the
Okay.
closed door.
You guys get back in there? All right. Do you close the door to the room you guys, the doors you guys went through, do you close them as you back up into the secret room?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Going to affect our hearing, but I would say we'd have to do
You,
it for
you guys can
security.
still hear. You guys can still hear.
We
the
could hear
song.
it from outside.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, you guys can still hear
Okay,
the song as it
okay.
goes.
I'm gonna heal a little bit through the short rest.
All right, that's fine.
Now, what do you get? How does that work with the short rest? I can never remember this.
It's your hit die. You can spend 1 or more hit die at the end of a short rest up to your maximum number, which is equal to your
Okay.
level. For each hit die spent this way, you roll the die and add your con modifier to it.
All right.
To heal?
Yeah.
All right. I just can never remember that.
It just
And then
way-
they all come back on a long rest, correct?
Yeah.
yeah, the way the temple's written and the different rooms and what's in
Okay.
store in it, it might pay to find safe places throughout as you go.
Okay.
I'm back to full.
I too am back to full.
I like how Adri texted her dads and she's like, "Where are you?" And then they answered her and they're like, "Why?" And then she just didn't answer.
Yeah.
That's so great.
Sorry, Dad, I'm busy. I'm at the mall.
Oh my God.
I'm buying you chainmail that covers all the way up to the bottom of my nose.
All the cool kids are wearing it.
They are not. Adri is not one of the cool kids.
Adri never met the cool kid. She was homeschooled.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Adri never met any of the kids.
No.
Poor
met-
Adri.
I think she met one kid
Not one kid, and then that kid died.
and grew up and got old.
Yeah.
Take your hour rest, your short rest. You guys are re-strengthened. Head back out to the balcony, I'm assuming?
But we don't recover our spells from a short rest.
No, you need a long one.
I do.
Arcane
Warlocks,
recovery.
wizards,
can.
yeah, wizards can do it. And I think
Why did-
warlocks have it too.
Warlocks can do that.
I didn't use anything. Yes, but God forbid there's any warlocks about.
Better not be. Murder them.
God, she didn't learn
Straight up
anything.
murder.
Got
She
99
don't
problems, but a
anything.
lock ain't one.
My favorite is the one about Star Trek. It's like, if you're having hull problems, I feel bad for you, son. I got 99 problems, but a breach ain't one.
That's
Hey,
good.
You guys head back out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The whole time has the song just been like looping?
The song's changed.
It's
It went to
changed.
another Elven song.
Hmm.
Still, no
So
picking.
they have like iHeartRadio with the Elven playlist.
But there's no breaks in between the songs? It's a consistent play.
It seems that almost like if someone gets tired of the one, it switches to another song. So in the hour, it was about maybe 10 minutes of the one. It switched to another one for 4 minutes. It played it through twice, switched back to another one.
All right. Well, I guess we go. Lead on, Ducky.
Okay.
She has the highest armor class.
Oh,
That's
shit.
true. Yeah. Is there a particular way we want to go?
Yes, you with your hands out like this, taking up as much space as possible.
Oh, okay. Great.
Well, she got her forehead for that.
All right, so so you guys going down the stairs? You guys are going across the balcony to the other side, or
The other side was collapsed, wasn't it?
the other side of the room? The complete
Oh,
like
okay.
150 feet on the other side. The balcony you guys are on goes all the way across.
Well, let's go all the way across then. See what's over there. We'll take out each level at a time.
Yeah. That sounds good.
All right. As you guys are crossing, you do notice there's one room to your right, and then straight stone wall till you see an entryway south that goes to your right towards the opening where you guys were at, the outside of our temple.
Can I see anything through that first? Is it like a doorway or a shut door?
It's a shut door.
All right. I want to check that door before we wander too far past it. Let me give a listen and whatnot to that door, please.
You don't hear
With a-
anything inside of it.
21 perception gets nothing.
Nothing inside of it that you can hear.
All right. Gonna open the door.
As you open the door, you hear the hinges shatter in the wood, and the door kind of collapses as you open it.
Oh, nice.
The ceiling in the room is 10 feet high. There's wood, fractured wood, and rotted wood that remains of guard bunks.
Okay. So this is probably
You-
some kind of a guard room.
Yeah. As you go through, you can almost see something inside on the eastern wall in the room, in the wall.
Oh, I'm gonna regret it. I'm going in and looking.
Real quick, when he
Yes.
opened the door and those hinges shattered, I assume that was kind of loud.
Yeah.
Was there any kind of a pause in the song, or like maybe like a skipped note or something?
There was.
Okay.
The song changed.
Okay.
Coincidence?
Nah, it just has an old MP3 player our CD
Oh.
player keeps skipping.
It skips every
Skipping,
time you guys hit the temple.
Ah, okay. All right, I'm gonna go check the east wall and see. I'm gonna regret this.
I'm gonna face outward from the shattered door to
Okay.
make sure nothing loops back on us.
As you go in there, you find another secret door just like the other one.
Well, okay. Can I figure out how to open it?
It looks like it's the same as the other one. You just need to be able to find where to pull and then strength it open.
All right.
I'll flip him the blackjack.
Thank you. All right. And we need a strength check?
Yes.
All right. I really should just have Adri do it, shouldn't I?
The way she
Come here,
handles
duck.
doors.
Come here, duck.
Would you like help?
I'll leave it to the mistress, I guess.
She cracked the case.
Quacked open the door. Quack.
23.
Yeah.
Yeah, you brutally. Yeah, you pop that. the
Every
stone,
effing time.
it pops off and opens up, and you're able to pull the door open.
Okay. And
You
then
get
I'll
a rush
I'll
of.
look at the other two and be like, I'm really strong because my mom wasn't able to do a lot of the chores for the last few decades. So I did all the chores.
I'm going to look at it and be like, awesome story.
As the door opens, you get
Probably
hit
like
with
want a
this
high five?
icy wind from outside. It reminds you how cold the wind was from outside. You see on the opposite side of the wall from the door, 2 arrow slits to the hallway. If you guys would have taken the main hallway, there was obviously arrow slits awaiting you. But you don't see any bodies in the room or anything.
Nothing, huh?
Just another empty, dusty room.
There's like a, you don't need a perception or anything. I mean, this is blatantly obvious that it's empty.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, the detritus probably.
If you
people
look through
would've cleaned up.
if you look through the arrow slits, you see another on the opposite side of the hallway. You see 2 more slits in the other wall as well.
All right.
So because you guys are in this room, you have the hallway here that goes in and out of the Amber Temple, and you have arrow slits on both the walls going in.
Okay. So they.
I thought they were on the wall that was.
Yeah.
I thought it was on the wall between. They were just like playing a game of tag, like shooting arrows at each other back and forth between the rooms. This is where we feed the cord for our can phone.
So back to the balcony.
Yes, please.
All right. You guys across the balcony. Are you guys walking across it?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll
All
be
right.
in front.
If you look down the right down to the south, you see the hallway that leads out of the Amber Temple. You guys can feel the chill from the cold wind coming back through it, but that's about it. You see the 2 slits in the walls on either side, but unlike behind you where the door went in and then went through the secret room, you don't see any doors on the walls. It looks like a straight slab all the way down to the end of the balcony where you see an amber door that opens up.
I guess we'll go there. The
All
amber
right.
door.
Okay.
You guys go to the amber door?
Yeah.
Yep.
Alrighty. As you open the door, the room is featureless except for a rough edge, 10-foot diameter, circular hole in the floor. To the east, an empty torch. God, I want to say scones again. Sconces along the walls. Double doors of amber stand open just to the north and the west, which is the western door is the one you're coming through. Eastern for you guys. A single closed door lies just to the south of the double doors you're entering.
How deep is the hole? Can we tell by looking?
As you guys look down the hole, you see it's about 20 feet deep. It forms a roughly hewn shaft that descends down to a darkness you guys can't make out.
Even
You
if you're
said-
an elf and you have dark vision?
Oh, snap.
You see if you have dark vision and you're an elf,
Mhm.
and you look down the hole, you see it ends up in the bottom of a shaft with almost like a makeshift ceiling or makeshift floor at the bottom of the hole.
How
You guys
far
ever
down?
watched Tiny Toons?
Yep.
Ducky go down the
Up
hole.
the hole.
How far down does it go?
You see it goes 20 feet to where that makeshift kind of covering is at the end of the shaft.
Okay. What is it made out of? Like plaster or wood or?
Wood, plaster.
Okay.
Kavir, your tuned senses pick up to the right of the hole on that southern wall, another secret door.
Okay. On the wall or on the in the tunnel?
On the wall. So you guys, the room's kind of L-shaped. You guys walk in, it goes, okay, you guys are coming in here. The room goes down this way, and then goes out this way. Over here's where the hole is. South of that is this the door you just found. There's the doors you guys came in, and over here you find another set of doors and a set of doors that go up north.
Okay. Well, let's check the secret door.
All right.
Okay.
I'm gonna take the blackjack, stick it in the wall, and be like, you know the drill.
All right. I am so good with these strength checks. 23.
You're able to pop it, and you guys hear that that suction again as the air hits the room, and that just smell of stale, just old air again. As you pull the door open, you hear a screech across the floor. Give me perceptions.
It's rats. Am I right?
You're hearing stone on stone screech.
Oh, okay.
23.
All right. You hear something kind of rumble at the bottom of the pit. You guys look down underneath the floor. Something rumble as you guys screech the stone door as it opens. You look in the room, you see more old scrolls sitting there on the shelves, ready to be shattered as touched.
Shit. Okay. Well, we're not going to touch any, right, guys?
Right.
And there's nothing else in there?
Not in there.
Okay. Can we tell what the noise was from down in the hole?
Not really. The covering at the end of the shaft, the wood and the plaster, something kind of bumped up against it.
Okay. I'm going to take my blackjack back. And we're probably going to have to go down that hole.
What if we set that plaster on fire?
Plaster's not really flammable. The wood might be.
I have oil.
That might work. Okay. I'm always down to set something on fire.
Okay.
Let's close that door up first, just in case this gets out of hand. I don't want to ruin all these scrolls.
Okay. All right. So I will use my vial of oil and
All right.
pop it open and just kind of try to get a good amount on the plaster.
I am so proud right now. She is being so professional this game. She's she was able to determine. She was insight mastery, and then immediately after that, she was there's probably something down there, and she looked. She was elf vision. She was listening for a particular violin noise. Now she's burning shit down.
Yeah.
And then after I
Lovely.
use that, then I'll just light a torch or something and throw it down on it.
All right.
Oh, I don't get to use alchemist fire?
I'm gonna lean low.
You lean low. You're watching it as it catches and lights.
Yeah, but I want to stay below the smoke that's probably gonna billow up in this room.
All right. As the torch hits it, she lights the wood on fire. The plaster begins to crackle and pop, and you guys hear a shrill scream as
A small child is on fire, and Adrian did it.
hold
She's
on.
not kidnapping anymore. Now she's ending them where they stand.
You see this green flaming skull come flying up through the wood towards you guys, followed by two more. And as it circles up, each one of you guys gets pelted with a magic missile.
Fuckers.
Really?
What do they
Sure
look
you
like?
did.
They're just like ghost skulls?
They're called
Sure you-
flame skulls.
I'm going to show them bitches what arrows are about.
7 damage to each of you.
And this is magic. Yep.
Okay.
Go ahead and give
So,
me
was that
initiatives.
two missiles on us or what?
2 missiles per one.
You
Okay.
want initiatives?
Yes, please.
12.
13.
22 initiative.
Okay. Kavir,
So you can deal the damage, and then we can clean up
12.
the mess.
Adri, what was yours? 15?
13.
13, and then Chunikote at 22?
Yes, I was finished chewing my snacks.
All good. All right, Chunikote, you are up. 3 skulls are floating around the room. They've kept a
All
good
right.
distance from each other, but the 3 of them are up and moving.
All right. Good for them. Throw a couple of arrows into one of them. 15 and 25
All right,
attack rolls.
they hit. Now, understand when you do your damage, any
Mhm.
magic you do is going to be halved.
Okay. 18 points.
All right.
And that is, the magic would basically be 1, so it's 0.
All right. And none of that is poison or anything, right?
No.
All right.
That's sheer pokey damage.
All right.
Poke, poke, poke. Right in your eyeball.
You said 18?
Yes, please.
All right, you got it. Adrian, you're up next.
How far away from me are the skulls?
The way they're flying around the room, you guys are. They're about within 5 feet, 10 feet of you guys.
Okay. How big is the room again?
It's an L shape.
Okay.
So on the vertical part of the L, you're looking at 20 feet wide and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 50 feet long. I'm sorry,
Okay.
20 feet and then 50 feet. And then the horizontal top part of the L goes another 50 feet
Okay.
wide and 30 feet.
Okay. Trying to decide if this is a Spirit Guardians moment. I kind of feel like it's not.
Wow.
I don't want to. I mean, I can only cast it so many times, so I don't want to waste.
That makes sense.
So instead, let's do a guiding bolt. This is my standard action. So I will cast guiding bolt at one of them.
All right.
So I make a ranged spell attack. 26.
All right. You hit.
Okay. Oh, I forgot to cast it at a higher level. All right.
No.
So just cast it at regular level. Need one more d6. Okay. So it takes 13 radiant damage. And
Okay.
it's now glowing. So whoever hits it next, or the next attack roll made against it before the end of my next turn has advantage on it.
All right.
And for my bonus action, I will spiritual weapon a different one. Does a 14 hit?
Yes.
Okay. And I hit that one for 12 force damage.
All right. Kavir?
And I get my sword and shield out.
All right.
We didn't see anything too important in here, did we?
Not that I can say.
Okay.
There might
So
be
why
something.
Why are we fighting them?
Maybe there's something where they were. Maybe they were guarding something.
Right, but that goes down, right?
But how far down does it go?
Right, but I mean, we know that we're on the second floor already, right? So that it going down probably goes down to the next floor, correct?
Probably. I don't know.
Maybe we just take the stone door, knock it over top of the hole, and then just close the door on them and leave.
Aren't they out of the hole now?
They're already
Right,
out of the
they
hole.
are already out of the hole. So we take the thing, close it so they can't go back down, and then we just leave and close the door. They don't have hands. They're skulls. Correct?
Yeah.
I'm gonna kill the sons of bitches.
I guess. We don't always have to kill everything. Sometimes these things are just so poorly designed that they just can't do anything once we close the door. Like,
Yeah, but
they have no hands.
They're an abomination. Glowing skulls.
These are the exact opposite of the hand things that we fought. Remember the hand things?
I don't want to think
Yeah,
about
they
that.
were an abomination too.
They gained all of the benefits of being a hand with none of the drawbacks of not having a head, right? But these things gain no benefits of having hands while only being a head.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and being able to fire magic missiles, which offends me.
I don't know why that would, but okay.
Because that's like the arrows of my ancestors.
They're on fire, correct?
I can't
Their
have
heads?
them mocking that.
Yes. They have a green flame about them.
Right, but they were taking
Please.
fire damage because
Something
they were
else.
in a pit and we set them on fire, correct?
How do I say this? You cannot tell that the fire damages them at all.
I'm gonna use my turn to experiment. I'm going to try to hit them with grease,
All right.
which would then catch on fire because of their own poor design and burn them, correct?
It would
We can
make
see
them
what
slip
happens.
through the air easier.
They slip through they already fly.
Well, now you just improved their maneuverability class by one step. I don't know.
I'm going to try it. I'm going to try to...
I'm just thankful a certain Minions player isn't here to shove a looped flaming skull up his ass.
Well, yeah, that would happen.
That
I'm
would.
talking to you, Clark. I'm talking to you.
That would happen.
I'm not 100% sure how that would be tactical, like how that would help.
Neither was shoving up my freaking last stone thing up his ass, but he did that too.
Look, that was all about storage. This is just about being weird. Like, this is on fire. Plus, the grease would help, I think. Yeah, I'm gonna try to wait till they're close enough to get all of them in the 10-foot, and then grease at them.
All right, so
it is flammable.
All right. So are you readying action for them to get close enough, or?
They're kind of flying around. This room is pretty narrow, so I'm assuming, I'll ready the action, and as they get close enough, hit them so that they'll catch on fire with non-head fire. Their head fire will ignite a new non-body part fire. Do you see what I mean? Like a fire elemental would be immune to fire of his own brand, right? Like a nightmare. You can still hit a nightmare with fire damage. You just have to have it from a separate source than his own main. So if you grease him, his main would catch fire, which would then be non... Does that make sense? I feel like this makes sense in my head, but I'm not sure if I'm conveying it well.
No,
Let me try another comparison. Damien Hellstrom hitting the Human Torch with Hellfire.
Right, it's a separate type of fire. It's a non-entitied fire.
Let me use that example, which was on a cover of an old comic book. Can't remember the issue or what it was, but it was really cool.
Well, it's probably Fantastic
Badass
Four,
cover.
to be honest. Right.
It might have been, but it was a really badass cover. No, actually, I think it was a Marvel team up because eventually they worked together to do something in it.
Okay, first off, David and Rachel quit messaging each other. I know what you're doing. I can see your fucking faces. I know what you're doing. One of your arms are moving back and forth, and then the other person starts giggling. Okay, I know what's happening. You guys are making a joke about my head oiling, but I think that this will work.
Actually, we're talking about Ludo, her father.
Oh, okay. Well, that's.
Oh dear God!
I can't tell what you were talking about, but I sure knew you guys were discussing.
Dad pyre.
She's having fun with the fact that her dad, she left him hanging without answering.
Yeah, the most that thing that teenagers do, where they
and then
contact a parent and then they just hop off the face of the earth.
But I mentioned what parents do when the child contacts them and they don't answer back. Is normally they go looking for the child.
Awkward.
Yes.
Yeah, that is weird.
Okay, so you're gonna ready action throw an oil on him to see if the oil does fire damage.
Even that, or the fire that was on the back of the skull, that picture you showed me, would now be in their face and make it hard for them to see. Either way, I feel like this has positive traits to it. Like I said, I'm not certain this is going to be effective, but I do think that this is worth doing for research.
Well, it can't hurt.
It's a bunch of magic missiles. What the fuck's going to happen? I'm sure they have something worse, but because I said that to David.
Actually,
so now all of a sudden they have
fucking fun.
They have double broadswords +4.
Yeah.
Phantom touch.
Yeah.
We're dead.
The first skull fires off a fireball at you.
Of course it does.
Oh no.
It's laughing the whole way running through the room. These skulls are 5th level casters.
Well, good for them. Isn't that special?
I need a DC check from you guys.
Okay.
Reflex?
It's Dex.
Oh, reflex.
I have to take
or
over
Dex.
for
I'm sorry,
Bubba
Dex.
telling you.
Yes. 13.
Yeah, thank you.
18.
18.
All right. 12 damage from the
17.
fireball.
Okay.
All right, you guys make it 12 damage each from the first fireball.
First.
First.
The second skull launches a second fireball.
Okay.
You know, I did the same thing to my party tonight. They got 2 flame drakes that both fireballed them simultaneously. It was beautiful. All right, I got an 18 on that.
Okay, another 12.
12 again?
Yeah. And then the last one fireballs as well as they're moving around.
Wait. The second one shot one?
Yes. And the third.
Do we have to roll again for each?
Yes.
Oh. Fuck you, David.
All right.
18.
Yeah, I got a 20 on that one.
All right. So you guys take half damage again at 12. It's been a total of 36 from the 3
Yeah,
fireballs.
Okay.
A fair amount of damage.
And Dees, they have flown together enough in this coordination where you can shoot the oil at them.
Oil.
And as you shoot the grease, you kind of realize that they're relishing in the flame. They don't take any damage from any kind of fire.
They're still slick, though, right?
Oh yeah, they're slick flying through the air, and they're spreading oil all over the floor that's dripping with flame as they're flying, leaving trails of flame all over the floor in the room.
Uh-oh.
Of course they are.
Well, you know what? It was worth a try.
I think so.
Didn't
I've
help
taken
us. Actually made things a
outstanding
little
amount of
worse.
damage.
But that's okay.
I'm in a Rachel, please pay attention phase of my HP.
I was looking at my heel.
And it is top of the round with Chinakote.
All right. Sharpshooter in effect. Do I have time to cast a spell as well?
You can cast a spell. It would probably be your standard action, which would take place as you're shooting.
All right. Well, I'm going to have to just shoot then this round. Fuck it. All right. 23 and 15. These are both going at the same motherfucker.
Yep, both hit.
All right. Now, damage will be a total of...
The magic isn't actually halved. They have a resistance against saving throws. So I added that point of damage in from last time.
Okay. All right. So now I've got 44 points of damage. Fuck that thing.
As you hit 2 arrows through it, you shatter the skull, and the remains in the fire hit the ground and roll, and they kind of just like fizzle.
Fuck that thing. I'm pissed now.
And
Unleash
next up
beast.
is Adri.
Okay. I'm going to cast Cure Wounds at 2nd level on Kavir. For 20.
Right on.
Woo!
If it makes you guys feel better, I only had 1 fireball in each of them. I don't have any more level 3 spell slots.
Until they get into that scroll room.
Yeah.
Uh,
So
get all the-
disappointed, you know.
They get all the defensive scrolls.
I
As
also
in
get
level
11.
3rd spell, grow body. Looks like Dormammu walking around.
And then for my bonus action, I will, my spiritual weapon attack the one that it hit last time.
All right.
15.
All right. That hits.
Okay. For 8 force damage.
Sounds good. As the spiritual weapon cracks, you see the skull kind of shake midair and turn around and kind of look at you with its eyes just glowing red. Kavir, you're up.
Trying
Pretty
to wanna
much.
do another experiment or actually attack this thing.
Oh,
Well,
go
last-
to the experiment. They're so much fun.
The last experiment put lanes of fire all over the floor, so you guys are gonna have fun walking through it.
We're fine. Now let's take the light sword out. And I'll hey, get him. And does the sunlight, when I take it out, does the sunlight affect them at all?
No.
Just trying to pay attention. Okay.
Yeah, no worries.
And
It's
then,
a good note to take. Not
I'm
all
going-
undead are affected by sunlight.
Yep.
And is he within reach of me?
You can
Where's
make
the
it
phone?
within reach of you.
Okay. Well, then I'll do that.
Give me a acrobatics for running through the
Oh,
grease.
you said the grease was on
I saw
fire.
it coming.
It is.
I'm not going to run through
I
the
saw that
fire.
one coming.
Well, give me an acrobatics to jump over the fire.
You are such an asshole.
Kavir, you're burning.
No, I'm just going to throw the weapon.
All right. You can do that.
No, god damn it, because if I fuck up, you're just going to make it go down the hole. Acrobatics.
It's gonna hit the grease and fly down the hole.
Light sword go down the hole. Sergey go down the hole. Screaming, "Fuck you, Kavir!" You can always throw your shadow blade.
Can I use help on myself? I have to cast it again. Do I
Yeah,
have
sure.
help? Can I cast help on myself to give me advantage on this roll? Please.
I don't know if you can.
I don't think so. I don't think that's how the rule works. Okay,
No.
no, I did not achieve
Okay.
the intended result. I had a 6 on my acrobat roll.
Wow.
As you jumped over the fire, you possibly have lit your ass on fire.
This is what I get for fucking with them. This is what I get for chain
fun.
tactics and fucking riding dogs. This is what I get. Okay.
That's beautiful.
It's
I'm
so
going
good.
to spend the rest of my turn
Patting yourself out.
cunning action to stop, drop, and roll at an incredible rate.
Through more of the burning grease.
No,
No, he's able to douse the flames pretty quick as he cunning action, stop, drops, and rolls, and completely avoids the actual hole.
yeah, I'm going to go towards the doorway with my roll.
Right.
And then on my next turn, I will continue rolling down the balcony, out through the crevice we came in, and then roll my ass home through the snow.
All right. Adri already went. The two burning skulls are up. The skull that Adri, her weapon hit, has decided it does not like her.
I don't like it
And out
either.
of its two eyes, two red rays come out.
Uh-huh.
First
They
one
look
comes
just
out
like
at
you,
an
Ray.
18.
18 will miss.
All right. And then the second one comes out at a 24.
That will hit.
All right. The second ray hits you for 10 damage.
Okay.
And petrifies you.
No, this isn't one of those. You see as it opens the mouth, you see another eye open and all the magic in the room stops cold as the center. I'm kidding.
Nice.
No, the second skull flies and looks over at Chunikote. And 20 to the first eye beam. And the second eye beam is a 13 and misses you completely.
Yes.
First one hits you for 10.
This skull is cross-eyed. The one
It's
eye
like,
always hits and the other one always misses.
All right. I'm okay with that.
It's idle.
They have one late guy.
All right, top of the round is Chunikote.
All right.
You see Kavir rolling through the room out for the doors.
I'm going to make sure he's not dead. And since he's rolling, he's not dead.
I'm just going to yell, nope, 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 nope.
This is like a Jackie Chan movie. Nope, nope, fuck the nope, 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 nope.
All right. And sharpshooter feat in effect, going at the one that Adri has been pummeling on. 2 arrows. We're going to make sure we finish this fucker. 13 and 14.
One hits, the second one doesn't as a shield spell pops up.
Shit.
And
All right.
actually, no, both of them hit the shield spell. They activated on the first arrow, and you just see them both hit the same drop. And it just sits there with a mocking, like, scream.
Yeah, I'm going to fuck that thing up. All right.
I got the title for the episode. Skullfuckery.
I'm not writing that. I started to reach for my pencil while you were like, oh, I have the title idea. And then I was like, no.
Oh my God.
I have to upload everything, guys. I get final call on the episode title.
Yeah, but we say what the episode is called in the intro, so it has to match what the text is for it.
Me and Deez could do the intro that time.
Yep.
All right.
Okay, but I still have to edit it together.
We should call it Goodness Gracious Greaseballs of Fire.
Yes. I still want to. We call Great Balls of Fire. I don't care. Adri's up.
Okay. Can I reach the skull that my spiritual weapon has been attacking?
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
you can reach almost any of them in the room. I mean, with the distance in the room.
I want to attack that one, which
All right.
means I have advantage, which means I get to roll 3d20. 23 to hit.
You hit.
Is this a fey, fiend, or undead?
It's made of skull and
They
fire.
call it tiny undead.
Okay, so I get to add an extra d4 of damage because my weapon is cold iron. Some of this is radiant damage, so do you want to break down, David?
No. Damage resistances are lightning, necrotic, and piercing. Damage immunities are cold, fire, and poison.
Fuck.
But because it's undead, does radiant do extra damage to it?
It doesn't say that it has a weakness to radiant
okay.
damage.
All right. So a total of 18 damage.
All right. That was the one you did 2 last time. It's plus 18.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one's you've cracked the skull. You could definitely see this. The skull's cracked and its eyes are where they're at.
Is it still alive?
Oh yeah, it's still floating.
Okay, bonus action, spiritual weapon. So it gets advantage. 20 to hit.
Yeah, that shield spell ain't gonna save it. Yeah, you hit.
All right, for 8 force damage.
You shatter it.
All right,
Well done.
thank you.
You smother grease and bone chips everywhere.
Did anyone attack that one that I put advantage on? Did anyone ever attack that one?
Not that I know of. It's still sitting there at 13.
Okay.
Is it on the ground?
No, it's only been hit for 13 points. It's still flying around. This is what Chunikote tried to shoot, and the shield blocked it.
Oh.
I'm gonna roll over and wrestle it.
All right. Well, the advantage for it is gone because that ends at the end of my turn.
Okay. Kavir, you're up.
Rolling.
You just gonna keep rolling?
Yeah, I'm gonna roll. I have nothing to hit these guys with. The only thing I can use is my other sword cast and throw it, and then the battle will be over, and I will have wasted a spell on one flaming skull.
All right.
Also, you've been sort of in rare form tonight, so I'm not throwing my other weapon because, God forbid, I have to go down a fucking sewer tunnel where the skulls came from and is on fire to find it, and my acrobatics checks are not working out for me. So
Understood.
I'm gonna take the perimeter. I'm gonna roll around outside, keep an eye on the exit.
All right.
Pass my turn. I know where my bread's buttered at.
All right. The last skull's flying through the air. Let's see what we got. As you're going for the door, it mage hands your feet and tries to hold you in the room.
It can't hold me with mage hands.
I know, but it still tries.
I know I'm a lanky dude, but I'm not that fucking lanky.
You
10 pounds?
Yeah, you feel like a little 10-pound pull in your boots as you're trying to get away.
I'm gonna panic and stomp at the fucking invisible hand.
The skull
It's
just
got
kind of
me!
like sits there, rocks back and starts, and it's doing this laughing, screeching at
Man,
you.
Maybe that's a fear that Kavir had. I hadn't considered it before, but remember when I kicked the vines on that wall and my leg went through, and I was like, "Oh my god, it's got me!"
So, well, I mean, with out of game the prison background, yeah, Kafir wouldn't like being chained or held,
Or grabbed by the ankles.
right?
Hint.
So, top of the round, Shinikote. You see Kavir freak out as something has tried to, as far as you can tell, grab his ankles, but you can't see it.
I'm looking so good this episode. I fucking fell into fire.
All right, how many of these stupid things are left?
One.
It's dead. 22 and 20.
Yeah, they both hit.
All right. 40 points of damage.
You shatter it, and Kavir, you feel your feet free up quick, and just bits of bone and shard and grease and fire fly all over the room as the arrows pierce.
Cunning action, dash roll, cunning action. You've never seen anyone roll this fast before. I'm like Sonic the Hedgehog.
Then he hits the skull, and all the coins go all over the room.
This metaphor works a little too well.
All the gold in his pockets just like
Wow.
flies out. Can I look?
I've loved this episode, by the way.
There's this guy online who makes rap beats out of old sound effects from video games, and I'll just shout. Can I shout out him? His name's Risey K, and he's fucking amazing, right? But he made this one out of the sound of Sonic the Hedgehog drowning. You know that wong, like, and he makes a beat out of it, and it's so good.
I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah, look up that one and the Ghost Castle from Mario.
Okay. What do you want to do, Ray?
I wanted to look down the hole where the skulls came out of.
You look down the hole. You see another 10 feet down it. How far is your dark vision?
60 feet.
All right. Okay, you're looking down the hole. And that goes
Everyone saw that cartoon, apparently.
Oh, yeah. As you look down the hole,
Mhm.
The room's amber glazed. It's completely kept clean.
Okay.
But you see 4 amber sarcophaguses
Oh.
that look like rough block of solid amber, 8 feet tall, 5 feet wide, 5 feet thick. They're trapped inside the block is a sliver of a wisp of utter darkness, no more than a few inches long. The darkness of this vestige is just, as you see it, your soul, you almost feel screams.
Ooh.
What?
I will. Anything else? Are there any kind of like markings or carvings in the sarcophagi?
There are some, but from this range, you can't make them out.
How far are they from me?
There's only 3 in there, my bad. There's only 3. There was one covered.
Oh.
How far? They're about 30 feet down.
Okay, I'm going to be casting Cure Wounds on myself before we continue, if that's all right.
That's fine.
Well,
You
once
guys
I
have
stop rolling,
Mhm.
I'll walk back in here, gun shy, looking around for the leg grabbers.
And you see all the skulls are shattered on the floor. The flames begin to die down.
I'll explain to the other two what I can see since I'm the one that can see it since I have dark vision.
I think the smart thing to do here is to tie a rope around someone and lower them down.
Or take an hour to rest up a bit.
This room is dead to me. We can go back to the other room if you like.
Yeah, because I'm still down about half my HP.
Up to you, but I don't know if every combat we should stop is going to slow us down a lot. But
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I could appreciate that. I'm just, the only reason I'm saying it is because I'm like literally about half down.
Yeah, okay.
Otherwise, I'd say fuck it.
Yeah, I mean, we still have one of those scroll rooms in here we can use again.
Yeah.
All right.
But we're using something to cover that fucking hole. I don't trust it.
She didn't see any other skulls down the hole. She just saw the 3 sarcophaguses.
It doesn't mean there aren't more down there just waiting.
Yeah, but they're not going to be able to get into that room that we're in. They don't have hands.
That enemy is so bad for me.
But if there's
Like,
anything else down there, when they hear us, they would have heard the fight.
They probably. Well, then why aren't they here now?
Well, that's what I'm saying. There's probably nothing down there then. So I can go look if you want to lower me down.
yes. Let's lower her down. It'd be like fishing with duck bait.
Oh dear God! I just don't think this is going to end well. But I'm going to. All right. What is in this room that we're in that I can tie things around?
Wait, but-
yourselves.
Wait, what's your strength, Junikote?
15.
My strength is 10. No, wait. A 12. Haha. If we lower her down here, are we going to be able to pick her back up?
Oh yeah.
What's the weight on your character sheet? I know it's probably impolite to ask, but
Fine.
Even with her armor, she can't be more than a buck and a half.
Adri weighs 114 pounds. I think her armor weighs...
Is she using a calculator? Thought I heard a calculator
No.
button sitting there. She's calculating it out.
I'm flipping through my pages.
she's simultaneously
Wait.
she's calculating her weight like those old
Now you
fucking
are an
financial
elven.
people.
You are in elven armor, so it is
Yeah.
lighter than normal armor.
Okay, so normally plate mail is 65 pounds.
Yeah, it's at least half that being elven.
Okay, so then she would be like about 150.
Yeah,
I think
about
the two
a
of
buck and a
us-
half, whatever. I can get that.
I think the two of us will be able to manage.
I should be able to pull that up with a rope.
Okay.
I do
What's
cast...
my heavy load? I mean, I should be able to lift my heavy load on a rope.
It's not
I
second
don't know
edition.
where-
We don't have permanent press and max.
Yeah.
This ain't 3.5 where they can tell us we're pushing or pulling in our overhead
right.
weight.
Okay,
And
well,
bars
that's
lift
the
gates.
thing. I didn't know if they did something like that or not.
No, I actually missed that.
I'm sure there is a chart.
There's
Oh,
something somewhere.
There's got to
But
be something. Hang on.
I'm sure we can.
Because it's going to bother me if I don't fucking look now. God damn you guys.
Adri's not exactly a fucking, dynamo. She's not like fucking 9 feet tall or anything. I'm pretty certain we can get her back up.
Well, yeah,
Or
that's the thing.
Once she's down there, depending on how bad it is, maybe we don't even want her back up. Might be a good idea to just cut our losses.
Rude.
Well, here's what you can do, too.
Like saying this right in front of her.
All right. If you do it as an ability check, you would determine the difficulty class and it'd be a strength check. And I would say, at worst, it's going to be a DC 15, I would say.
There's no way.
That's considered medium.
I've had Ragnick throw her at a DC 15, so if he could throw her at a 15, you guys can pull her up at a 15.
Well, yeah, I'd say even a 10 would pull her up like that. Because to lift something up on a rope's easier than throwing.
Well, if you base the average male strength at 8.
At 8?
It says your carrying capacity is your strength score multiplied by 15. This is the weight in pounds that you can carry.
All right, well then 15 times 15, yeah, I could pick her up easy.
Okay.
All right.
Worst case scenario, we could just thread the rope through my belt loops, and I can just roll into the other room.
Well, we could do that too.
Lift you straight up like a winch.
I could roll you there.
I'm like the back of a Jeep, man.
Oh my god.
But then the skulls will attack, and I'll be all tied up. That's exactly how David will do it.
Oh, you know it. All right, this is not going to end well, but okay.
It'll be fine.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Have fun storming the castle, kids. Yep. All right.
All right.
All right. So I'm gonna walk over with a rope, because I'm pretty good with tying knots and stuff. I'm gonna walk over and like, okay, where do you want it? And I'm gonna like wrap it around her forehead, like we can get a good suction here.
No.
Put a little rope.
My waist.
Under the chin.
No, my waist.
Well, we'll just lower you by your head like an old Funko Pop.
like those toy crane machines in the place for 25 cents.
Yeah, it'll be like that movie, Operation Dimwit Drop.
Oh my god.
All right.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and get her all harnessed up and ready to go. I'm like, okay, if it gets dangerous down there, pull twice so we know to let go and leave.
What? No.
This is the end, man. Don't worry, just pull the rope and we'll drag you back.
Look, some of the most important people in history have sacrificed themselves for the greater good. So here's a knife. If it gets bad, just cut the rope.
Save us and run.
No, I'm not gonna.
And we'll know where to go from here.
I'm going to politely push Kavir aside. I'm going to look at Adrian and say, "Don't you dare cut the rope."
I can't.
Now, if something's wrong,
you're right. This rope is expensive.
Give a holler, and I'll be right down.
Okay. Yeah, it'll be.
I'm gonna point to the knot on the side of the hip.
How deep is this thing overall?
30 feet.
All right.
If you pull this piece of rope here on the side, it'll undo the entire harness, and then we can pull the rope up, so we won't lose any money.
Okay. Well, if anything,
if you could throw up your sword and shield and your plate mail as well, that would be helpful.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to do that, so I'll see you in a little bit when I get back. And then, I guess I'll head down.
I am.
And as you guys lower down,
I am lowering her very gently.
The duck merciful.
The scene closes and the episode ends. And next time we'll find out what happened to Adria as you lowered her into the room with 3 evil fucking sarcophagus.
It'll be
fishing with duck.
Once again, we want to thank you guys for listening to Freelance Heroism. We hope you're having just as much fun listening as we are playing. Visit us at facebook.com/freelanceheroism and leave us a like. If you want to see our adventures in comic form, The Professional illustrates our misadventures and more at 1d4rounds.com. And if you want to support us, consider donating. We're at patreon.com/freelance_heroism. Keep an eye out for rewards as we add them.
Our theme music is Nady Sade by Knit Your Own Scarf, used under the Creative Commons license. You can find a link in the show notes. Our cast includes me, Dees Cassius as Kavir the Professional, Rachel Moore as Adri the Wood Elf, Bubba Downs as Ragnick the Bold, Jake Sipple as Chunakote the Wayward Shaman, and of course, last but not least, our DM, David D. Walker.
Questions or comments? Send an email to freelanceheroismpodcast@gmail.com. And don't forget to give us a 5-star review wherever you get your podcasts. Thanks again for listening, and we'll see you next week. In the meantime, the invoice is in the mail.